Hey guys, welcome to the Last Stand 3 Operation Hellfire Q&A video. We hope this video will help answer some questions that you guys might have about the event. We're going to talk about the gameplay aspect and also some of the administrative side. With that being said, let's get into the video. So number one, we're going to talk about the Last Stand 3 story. So as part of the Last Stand event series, we're continuing off with Last Stand 2, The Conspiracy. Following the end of Last Stand 2, an enemy agent was able to disseminate information stating that there is a secret weapon being developed by the United Sky Castle team. So this is where Last Stand 3 will continue on with the story. One of the most unique aspects of Last Stand 3 is that for this year, the story is directly tied with mission and gameplay objectives that you guys will find on the field. The story itself has actually already been pre-posted on the Last Stand event website, so you can kind of take a look. Each day will have a unique set of main primary objectives for you guys to do, as well as secondary objectives that will help you guys complete the primary missions. Also, we got a slightly altered map. So in front of me, again, this is available on the event website. There's just some slight changes to the map itself, just to facilitate kind of better gameplay flow and also to add on to kind of this story-based mission objective set. So some of the major changes that we made, just to give you guys an idea, Flag 1 and the factory has been switched. So now the factory is a little bit closer down to the middle. This will be very important. As well, the market itself, just to kind of show you guys that it's not part of the special objective set, we kind of just changed the color notation. We have a brand new secret black site area in there. And then as well as the F4 flag has been moved slightly up to alleviate some of the choke point situations that we found during the previous event and from your guys' feedback. As well, we have enlarged kind of the play area around the market. So now part of the road at Route 25 and Route 30 is now accessible. So these are some of the changes that we made on the map. You can download the map on the Last Stand event website under the Rules tab. For all these new locations, if you read the story, pay attention to kind of the bolded words. They'll kind of give you some sort of hints as to what may happen when you actually play the event. Number 2, gameplay flow. Not only do we make changes on the map to facilitate better flow, we also made changes to the field admins that'll be with you guys on the field. Both teams will still retain their base commanders. We'll have one per team. The base commander is in charge of the overall team, providing orders and offering logistical support. The new addition here is we have 2 field commanders now instead of just one, and the field commander will be renamed the troop commander. The troop commander is 100% an admin position only, so they're not to be engaged at. However, they will be there on the field to help direct the team, not only for large engagements, providing additional orders, or just overall administrative support. So these guys will be with you guys on the field. They'll be leading the team, and you can also find them if you need any sort of assistance or any sort of kind of gameplay objectives. You can also go find them to complete or ask for kind of objective items for you guys to do. So that is kind of the new addition. So all the admins, if you see them wearing the red or the reflective vest at night, do not engage them, do not shoot them. Otherwise, there will be consequences. So on to number 3, we're going to talk about the store. So last year we had a little mini kind of shop that was down in the admin area just to provide you guys with kind of consumables. This year we'll have the same services as well. So in the admin area that's marked on the map, we'll have a little mini store. It'll mainly hold consumables such as BBs, smoke grenades, things like that. We'll also have other smaller items such as like speed loaders, some goggles and stuff, other smaller items. Again, we're still trying to decide what we're going to bring up there. However, do not rely on this store for your main supply of equipment. Please prepare, bring your own equipment. This store is only there kind of for emergency purposes. If you run out of BBs or if you did, unfortunately, forget it while you're making the trip up there. But we'll have a little store there as well. Not only that, We'll also have a little mini kind of tech station. So we'll have technicians there to offer kind of limited minor support. If there's any sort of minor issues with your guns, we can come and take a look at. If it's more complicated stuff, unfortunately, we can only do so much at a field. Also, we don't do any sort of upgrades, and some of the services may incur additional costs, so just keep that in mind. But if there's any small gun problems, bring it down to the admin area. We'll search you out, get you back in the field, ready to play. Point number 4, food. Please prepare and bring your own food up there. There's not going to be a lot of kind of service or restaurants. However, if you need to buy groceries, you can head over to the local 100-mile house area. There is a grocery store, things to buy there. But again, try to prepare your own. Not only that, returning this year, we'll have Quest Catering run by David Blair. He'll bring up his food truck. For those who attended last year, you guys would know. Very, very nice, very, very delicious. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner options will be served from Quest Catering. If you need any sort of kind of quick bite, or if you don't want to do any cooking, you can go visit the food truck up there. Point number 5, we're going to talk about major new changes that we made to the game rules. The biggest one is the addition of the tourniquet or TQ system. So now, instead of having just one chance at a life when you're playing with just the original water bottle, now you have 2. Each player will be issued 1 tourniquet and 1 water bottle. We'll cover the rules in the tutorial videos, but just kind of a quick summary. If you're hit, you use your tourniquet first. If you hit again, you use your water bottle. Both of these, you have to have your buddies assist you. Also, we added the addition of a medic. So the medic can carry up to 5 water bottles. So these tools will help you guys kind of be able to be more proactive and also a little bit more dynamic when you're doing your engagements on the field. Second, we're going to kind of talk about vehicles. We separate them into 2 classes. We have the transport vehicles. So really quick, transport brings supplies and troops. That's it. It's got no engagement capability. You can't shoot out from it. And to engage it, you still have to use the vehicle paintballs. If you shoot it with BBs, nothing happens. On the other hand, we have the technicals. So these ones have firing capability. They'll have mounted turrets, but they can't carry any extra troops. They can't carry any extra supplies. These ones are kind of your more offensive-based vehicles. Again, vehicle paintballs only to destroy them. BBs doesn't do anything. Not only that, the turrets themselves are completely enclosed. So even if you shoot at the turrets, nothing will happen. These are purely offensive. Obviously, there's going to be some balancing changes, but we'll cover that in the tutorial video. Okay. So to assist you guys in destroying vehicles, we recommend bring a grenade launcher. Launcher itself, just to give you guys a few examples, you have your 203s. So these usually work the best just because of the tube length. In addition, if you don't want to carry something that bulky, or if you have budgetary restrictions, you can also use a handheld launcher like the SEMA one. Pop the shell in. This is much more compact. You can kind of store it in your bag or a large pouch. Alternatively, if you want something even more compact, you can use one of these Action Army launchers as well. Much lighter, compact, put it on any sort of kind of small compact gun to have anti-vehicle capability. In terms of the shells, the only ones that we allow are the multi-purpose ones. So these are the ones with a large bore diameter. If you have any sort of shower shells, streaming shells, those are not permitted. Multi-purpose shells only. The anti-vehicle paintballs are part of the game and will be provided for you on the field. That's it. Don't bring any of your own paintballs. They won't count. Using only field-provided anti-vehicle paintball ammunition. Shell holders go in like this, just to give you guys an idea. Something that's more compact to able for you guys to engage vehicles. For vehicles themselves, if you shoot them with BBs, it does not count. You must use anti-vehicle paintballs to destroy them. There are other tools that will be available to kind of temporarily halt them, but they won't really destroy the vehicles. However, we'll cover this more in depth in our tutorial video. Number 6, we're going to talk about radios. Radios are very important. Please get a good quality radio. The field is really big. If there's an emergency and you need to get into contact with any admins, you do need a radio to at least reach somebody. The more kind of common options, you have your Baofangs or your Palfangs or any sort of kind of copy. So these are kind of your amateur radios, usually about 5 watt in terms of power. These ones are going to be your most common, most affordable ones on the field. These ones are perfectly sufficient. Do keep in mind that because it's a forest, the range might be limited, but you'll have players usually around you to be able to kind of cross-transmit or at least relay the message. So this is something that you can pick up. If you want something a little bit more fancy and you got the budget for it, you can pick up a DMR radio. So these are called digital mobile radios. Not to get into any specifics, standard radios, they just transmit a frequency wave based on the power given. DMRs, they use a combination of that technology and packet data to transmit your voice in data packets. Range is a little bit longer, and it can also, some of them can use like cellular service and stuff to relay the message, but you can get the message out clearer. So that is another option as well. Do keep in mind, depending on the radios you're buying, depending on the power, some of them you might need a amateur radio license, and also the frequency being used. Make sure we stay on the FMS or GMS frequencies as well on the field. Additional details, you can find them in the rule book. In terms of the radio channels specifically, we will disseminate that information closer to the event, especially to the squad leaders in terms of the command channel. So number 7, last but not least, we're going to talk about grenades. Really quick, BB grenades or frag grenades, ones that shoot out BBs or just explode. Unfortunately, these are not going to be able to be permitted for this year's event. You can't really use them. It's more of a safety concern. We don't want anyone getting hit with BBs or a big nade in the head. There's also so many different models. It's more of a safety concern. However, you're allowed to use smoke grenades. As an example, we got your Enola Gay smoke grenades and also the tag-ins. So we have some questions for these. The tag-in ones, it says white, you can use them. These are okay. There are other smoke grenade colors that are restricted, so please check the rule books for those. They're either restricted because it's a fire kind of safety miscommunication hazard, or it's for administrative purposes. Also, as a reminder, when you throw the smoke grenades, make sure it's in a vicinity that is clear. There's no players around. You don't want to throw directly at a player because you don't want to get hit by something that's a really large object, nor do you want to throw it inside or close to an opening of a vehicle. This is just for general safety. Smoke grenades are meant for concealment and cover, not as an actual like frag grenade device. So just throw it in a clearing. On the other side, the more kind of budget-friendly Enola Gay smoke grenades, WP-40s, very common, wire pulls. You can have a bunch of different colors. You can also use their bigger EG-18Xs. Those are all fine as long as the color matches. So smoke grenades okay, frag grenades unfortunately not allowed for this year's event. So hopefully this video kind of covers some of the main points and answers your guys' questions. For any more specific questions, feel free to contact the administrative team. And then our tutorial videos will be coming out shortly, so please check on there for more specific details in the rules and also kind of just a run through of how the rules will work when you play for this event. Our admin team has spent many hours reading your guys' feedback, improving this event, and we're really excited for you guys to participate in Last Stand 3 Operation Hellfire in the May long weekend. So we hope